Hey Barbie, check me out. Ken! Oh! Whoa! Oh no! Oh my gosh! Oh no! That's gotta hurt. Ken! Oh hey Barbie. How much of that did you see? We saw the whole thing. Let's get you up on your feet, Ken. There you go. Wow, you guys are so strong. Use your legs. There he is. You okay? Yeah, totally. Looks like this beach was a little too much beach for you, Ken. You know, if I wasn't severely injured, I would beat you off right now, Ken. I'll beach off with you any day, Ken. Hold my ice cream, Ken. Alright, Ken, you're on. Let's beach off. Anyone who wants to beach him off has to beach me off first. I will beach both of you off at the same time. But you don't even know how to beach yourself off. How are you gonna beach both of us off? Ken's? It doesn't make sense. Why are you getting so emotional? So you can beach yourself off. Come on, Kens. Nobody's gonna beach anyone off, okay? Okay, let's go.
That really should not be as innuendo-y as that. I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. I'm flabbergasted.
Hey, technically it's a kid's movie.
How did the reading of this go, do you think? Like when they're sitting around the table and they've got the scripts in their hands and they're like, oh yeah, we're all adults goofing and gaffing over this scene and they're saying this to each other. Like, I wonder what the room was like when they said that.
Straight faces.
I'll beach you off. No, I'll beach you off. Nobody's beaching anybody off. Like, oh, okay.
But if we are, we're gonna beach me off first.
That we are, Ken. That we are. And with that, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That episode 123. It's 123, y'all. If you don't know who we are, we've got Brian in this corner.
I got sand in my eye.
We've got KT in this corner.
It is the best day ever. So is yesterday, and so is tomorrow. And every day from now until forever.
And I'm Miliana, your host, and we're siblings who have a love for all things nerdy, movies, video games, TV shows, all things of that sort, and decided to talk about it here on the internet with all of you people, and here you are listening. So, welcome! We've got quite a show for you guys tonight, and actually, the chunk is very, looking up to be very interesting, and I can't already wait for it. So, let's go ahead and jump into the news straight away. So,
somebody's chair is so squeaky.
That's
Yes.
Brian. He just removed his clothing. Just his shirt. I'm just kidding. He just removed his shirt. This is a family-friendly podcast, except for that Barbie
intro.
monologue. Yeah, you know, we're still family-friendly, right? They were talking about beaches. Anyways, so
That's what I got out of it.
yeah, exactly, same. No, nothing else. Just beach.
Beaches.
Anyways, so it is over, guys. It's over. We can finally wave the white flags. The bombs bursting in air finally opened up, and the United States of American flag was still there. Okay? The writer's strike. That's what we're talking about. It's over. So, what happened? Did
What
they
happened?
win?
Well, it's finished after 148 days, if you can believe it. That's a lot of striking. But it's tentative. It's only tentative. This comes from CNN Business. Oh my gosh. Leaders of the Writers Guild of America have unanimously voted to authorize its members to return to work following the tentative agreement reached Sunday between union negotiators and Hollywood's studios and streaming services, effectively ending the months-long strike that has paralyzed the industry. Quote, the WGAW board and WGAE council also voted to lift the restraining order and end the strike as of 12:01 a.m. This allows writers to return to work. The tentative agreement reached earlier this week marks a turning point for the Hollywood's film and TV studios. Better pay. I'm trying to find out where exactly it says what happened. Here it is. The contract, which will expire in May 2026, so 3 years from now, includes pay increases, better benefits, protections against the studio's use of artificial intelligence, guarantees for streaming compensation, longer duration employment terms, and other perks. Most writers' minimum pay will increase 5% immediately, another 4% in May 2024, and then another 3.5% in May 2025. And it looks like they're getting some other things as well, so it looks pretty good. It looks like there's some good stuff going on, but it is tentative.
Well, that's at least something. I mean, they're getting something in writing, but no, I mean, they have a date as well, but I sure hope some of that stuff comes true for those people. Like, don't get their hopes up, you know.
Yeah, and what I'm wondering is what is going to happen in the meantime. Because this is a tentative deal, it's really just 2.5 years if you take a look at it.
Yeah.
There's a lot that can happen in 2.5 years. They can potentially come up with a better agreement that's more long term. Or things could go downhill. Who knows? But for now, we should be seeing some things churning out pretty soon.
Yeah, that's good. Good for them. At least we've got a little bit of something. You know, it's over for the most part, or halfway over, or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not the perfect person to discuss that, but yay, go writers! Woohoo!
Yay!
And the actors. Speaking of, there have been some sensationalized articles going around about Rachel Zegler being let go from Disney, being fired from Disney, like all these buzzwords, these highlight words. And it's like, if you read these articles, no, she's not.
It's just clickbait.
Completely clickbait. She was not fired from anything. If you're like, oh my gosh, was she really? And then didn't click the article. Facebook users, I'm looking at you. No, she was not fired, okay? She was taken off Paddington 3. I guess that's still in filming, but that wasn't because of, like, director choices or whatever. That was because of the writer's strike. So, no, the Snow White movie is still coming. It was not canceled.
Oh, thank God. I was really worried about that.
Yeah, we all were. Whew. So, you know, don't listen to every article. Don't listen to every headline that you see. Don't believe it. You know, check the facts first, okay? Because I was like, whoa, did they really? And then I read the article. I was like, oh, wait, no, they didn't. Psh, what the heck is this? I was so like, what? Can you believe that? They did that to her, but not Ezra Miller? Huh. So, and not that that's Disney, but, you know. Anyways, just wanted to throw that out there real quick. So,
I can't believe Ezra Miller has not been canceled yet.
I don't know either.
In the world
I
of
think he
cancel
pretty much
culture,
has.
No, he's not.
When's the
mean,
next
Oh
thing
no!
he's doing? What else has he got going on?
No. It's not just about not making stuff. It's about having your reputation completely ruined and scrutinized, and going and lawsuits and people becoming more public about it. I don't think so.
Do you know who that happened to?
He's no Bill Cosby, but I mean,
right.
But who's hiring him right now? If there wasn't a strike, what is he doing? What? Nobody's.
Yeah, that's very true.
He's done.
Now, what we haven't talked about recently, and that has been happening in the past couple weeks, Danny Masterson. Whoa.
Oh, I don't want to give him the time of day.
Just whoa, and that's crazy.
I've intentionally left him out because I don't want to give him the time of day.
Yeah. But I just want to, like, throw that one out there. Like, I've also been paying attention. And now, the newest one. What is Hollywood doing? What is with these people? Russell Brand. Have you guys been seeing anything about that one?
Yeah,
No.
some sexual harassments. And
Lord.
It's kind of, I mean, it's just like the he said, she said, it was a consensual.
But then you changed your mind, and it's like, okay, but I don't know. So now
kind of
that's
like the
under...
Aziz Ansari stuff that happened like way back when too, you know.
So all of that is being investigated now. It's not just like speculation, it's being investigated. So we'll see what happens with that one as well. But Danny Masterson, he was sentenced, right?
Oh, he's in jail.
30 years.
Yeah, 30.
30 years in prison.
So, yikes.
The thing that is a little surprising is that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, of all people, were supporting him. And it's like, what? Ashton Kutcher, of all people? He's supposed to be like this big representative for sex trafficking and all that. And it's like, what? You're taking up for this guy?
They've since apologized about that.
Right, they did.
Well, okay,
retract.
but it's one thing to apologize, but why were you doing it in the first place?
I'm gonna cut them some slack. That was their friend who they grew up with a long, long time.
Yeah.
It's you gotta be in their shoes. That was somebody that they grew up with. Best of times, worst of times.
But if you look at the other guy, I don't know his real name. Eric, the guy that played Eric. What's his name?
Topher Grace.
Yeah, Topher Grace. I forgot his name. Dang it, he was in Spider-Man 3. He was like, I told you, didn't I tell you? Because I told you. You remember me telling you? Because I told you.
Yeah. I remember I've read like some stuff when they were making that 70s show and all that. That Ashton Kutcher, the other guy that just went to jail, and then
Danny Masterson.
Yeah, Danny Masterson. What was the other kid's name? Who played Fez? What's his name?
Oh, oh my gosh. Really
this.
good looking guy too.
Yeah.
Oh,
anyways,
my Lord.
That kid,
I'll get it here.
They would all hang out together, like as a threesome, and go and do strip clubs and smooch with chicks and all
Wilmer Valderrama.
Wilmer Valderrama, thank you. And they would go on, and Topher Grace was like, oh, I'm not really all about that. He would kind of do off his own thing. So he was never like part of that. They were a cast and they worked together, but, he just wasn't part of that. Maybe that party life. Kutcher was always big into that party lifestyle, and Valderrama, he got around. So.
Goodness.
Yeah.
And apparently so did Danny. So here we are. So that is the update on those people. Now we'll see where the update with Russell Brand goes as well, because golly, all these men from Hollywood, keep it in your pants, all right? Goodness gracious. Or I don't know. So anyways, moving on. The march is only beginning in the world of video games as union members authorize a strike for the video game voice acting. So we talked a little bit about that last episode, I believe, and how we're like, those people also need to be treated fairly. Those writers need to be treated fairly. So where's that going to go for them? Because now Hollywood is being, on board. They're making at least some measures, but what about voice actors? And what about video games?
So this is as fresh as yesterday, September 26th. They are still pushing to renegotiate contracts for SAG-AFTRA voice acting for video games. Fran Drescher, who's the SAG-AFTRA president, says, I don't know if she was joking or if she was half serious about this, but it's time for the video game companies to stop playing games and get serious about reaching an agreement on this contract. The result of this vote of our membership shows our membership understands the existential nature of these negotiations, and that the time is now for these companies, which are making billions of dollars and paying their CEOs lavishly, to give our performers an agreement that keeps performing in video games as a viable career. And that kind of goes back to when last year when we were talking about Bayonetta 3's voice actress.
Yes.
Helena, oh my gosh. Helena
Michelson.
No, dadgummit.
Dickerson.
Bayonetta. Helena
Vagina.
Taylor. Helena Taylor. What is your problem? Oh my gosh. Helena Taylor.
Lots of vaginas. Sorry.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow. That's he said that.
Family friendly. So, Helena Taylor was making huge waves saying that she was not compensated appropriately for her role in Bayonetta 3, and she was let go allegedly because of that, and then she was replaced
How dare
by
you
Jennifer
complain?
Hale. Yeah, she was replaced by Jennifer Hale. But, we agreed that she should have been compensated fairly. She lied about how she was underplaying how much she was offered, but she should have been offered a fair amount. And that is an example of what these voice actors are wanting. So we'll see what happens with this. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, that's good. Good stuff. I don't know where it's gonna go. Only time will tell. Bump that will
Everybody
be there.
wants money, man. It's just right now the world is just like people are like, "Where's my cut?" I mean, we don't even talk about it, but I mean, actors, the writers, the voice actors, but now it's car people. Car people, need money too.
Teachers,
it's
dude.
just trickling.
Teachers.
Teachers have always been
Teachers.
underpaid.
Come on.
Yeah.
For like past 50 years they've been underpaid. Life's getting super expensive, and everybody needs to get that scratch.
Yeah.
And that 1% at the very top is like, my precious.
Yeah. Where's my money? Where's my money? It's my money and I want it
But-
now.
Always remember, though, in perspective, that all of us here in America still have more wealth than, most of the world.
Yeah, a large majority of the world. So be still grateful. Smiles, everyone. Smiles. Okay?
Smiles.
Smiling.
Yeah. Anyways.
This is a podcast. You can't see it.
Let's move on. We're all smiling. It's so friendly. Okay. All right. Phil Spencer of Microsoft has some nerve saying he could and would buy Nintendo if it were up for grabs. Wow, that's actually
I'm going to make them an offer they won't refuse.
They can't
Forget about
refuse. Forget about it. That's a pretty bold thing to say.
It is, and
Who is this guy?
Especially
Phil
for a guy
Spencer?
named Phil.
Yo,
Hey,
Phil!
Phil! Hey, Phil, why don't you have a
I
seat,
can
buddy?
feel it
I've never
coming in
oh
the
my gosh.
air tonight.
I've never been impressed
Oh,
with Phil Spencer.
Lord.
He seems to wave his money around and then not do anything with it. Like
Well,
he'll
obviously
buy all.
he's white, so...
Well, yeah. So he is the Microsoft gaming CEO, and he's really into buying companies, and then dissolving them.
See, yeah, that's kind of thing actually that I can't stand. I know Disney did it, but let these companies run themselves. All right? Let them do what they're going to do. Quit having these big honcho guys like Elon Musk or whatever buy these companies and then be like, "All right, now we're going to ruin it." Disney did that. They didn't ruin everything, but Star Wars became huge. This franchise, there's so much going on. It got kind of convoluted a little bit, in my opinion, at least. So, I mean, quit. Leave them alone. Leave these small companies alone, unless you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to give you guys the money to back up your project, but y'all do you. You are doing great. I just want to be, the head of it. I want to still have you guys do your thing. Bada bing, bada boom. But no, what these companies are doing is they're buying the smaller ones and then they're making it cookie cutter, like everything else, and underpaying the actors and the writers and blah blah blah. So, and then pocketing everything else themselves.
Here's the gall of Phil Spencer. So Nintendo right now is killing it in sales of the Nintendo Switch, in terms of first-party games, their relationship with third-party studios, and even they have a good partnership, actually, Microsoft and Nintendo, where they're sharing some games. In fact, there are some games coming to the Nintendo Switch, like Tomb Raider, that are exclusive to Xbox. But meanwhile, what's Xbox doing? There's nothing making waves right now
Right.
except for Starfield, which just came out. And so it's like,
And if you don't like that genre, then you don't have anything still.
exactly. And so you're saying you want to purchase this company that is doing exceedingly well because you think you can do a better job?
No, you can't. No, you cannot.
Can't. And this is his quote, and this was exposed just last week from an email that he wrote in 2020. Nintendo is the prime asset for us in gaming, and that getting Nintendo would be a career moment, and I honestly believe a good move for both companies. Are you insane?
No.
Phil
Nintendo-
Spencer, are you insane?
Nintendo has a very strict appearance that it would not want to tamper with or damage or anything. They are very, very strict with how they hold themselves. I don't know if it's because it's a Japanese company and the Japanese are very strict, or I just don't know, or because like it's family friendly. I don't know. But they are strict. They have rules and regulations, and you know, they're a company, so they like money and they're really good at making it. So they don't want any other people coming in and screwing up what they've got. They had the disaster of the Wii U, but they sure as heck made a comeback with the Switch on all of that. I mean, they had winning console after winning console after winning console. And then, you know, we had a oopsie with the Wii U, but that's one, you know, bad egg out of several. Whereas Xbox, PlayStation, they're all good consoles, but are they great consoles? You know, are the games absolutely great with like the whole library?
And rumor has it that Unreal Engine 5 is going to be able to, you can actually you can use Unreal Engine 5 on the current Switch right now, which is the standard for PS5 and Xbox. And so it's rumored that this upcoming Switch, the standard is going to be about where PlayStation 4 is. And to me, there's not a lot of difference between PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. They both have visually appealing games, very realistic. You can run Unreal Engine 5 on that. Then what's the point of getting a PlayStation or an Xbox? If you're looking for graphics, you're going to get it in the upcoming console.
Yeah.
And you're going to get first-party games to boot. So, give me a break, Phil Spencer. Give me a break!
Yeah. You're not
two
good
first
enough.
names.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Get him, Brian. Get him. You got him good. That's it. Right there.
Oh my gosh.
He
It was so
can't-
good, I'm
he
starting to
can't
die.
feel it coming in the air tonight. This Phil, he can't. He just can't. All right, so since Katie just cannot with this trailer, I thought it would be a good idea. Well, we all thought it would be a good idea to react to it live. Okay, so I have the Wish trailer pulled up. I'm having it on stream so that we all can watch it together. Because apparently it's just so appalling. All right, she called me while I was making dinner. Then she called me as I finished dinner and I was about to put the chicken in my mouth. She's like, "Did you watch it?"
Wait a
And I'm
minute,
like-
she called me too during dinner.
Oh, this one's got a trend here. So
What the heck?
we're gonna go ahead and watch it together and give you our live reaction. So
Is
here we
this
go.
the end of Disney?
It might be 100 years of amazing animation
I
and
wish.
talent. Honestly, that
I don't
is
e-
kind of like the most
even know what to
Disney
say.
thing I've ever seen, but in all
It
the
seems
wrong
so
ways.
contrived. That's the word I keep coming back to. It seems just
Katie can't even right now. She literally can't even.
And I don't even know what contrived means, but I feel like that's the word I would use.
That's
to
the
describe
word.
it.
It literally looks so Disney, but in all the wrong ways.
It reminds
and I
me.
wonder. I mean,
Go ahead.
is it just the trailer? The way the trailer's edited?
I don't
It's
know.
one of those things that I remember when Frozen came out, the first one, and I
Yeah.
saw the trailer and I was like,
Well, I was still like that when I saw the movie. I was still like,
But this seems just like, who wrote this thing? Like, why is the heroine always have to be like so clumsy? Like
Right.
that's kind of
I like her
thing.
voice. Okay, I like her voice actor. I like her design. The art to me still looks very unfinished.
It looks like a cheap Netflix movie.
No, they're going
Yes.
for like, oh, this is as close to hand drawn as possible. That's
No,
what they're
then
trying
just
to
not.
do.
hand draw it. Then just hand draw
Oh
it.
yeah, I agree. Then,
And
but
then-
that's what they're trying to do. It's like, oh, this is like
No,
classic
don't try.
hand drawn.
Do it.
100 years in the
Style.
making.
Don't try
No.
it. Do it. Pinocchio was better.
No. And then, no, the character, the little goat character.
We're not breaking new ground. We're doing the
No.
same stuff
Yes.
we've done.
It looks to me. It reminds me of Home on the Range.
Yes.
Like, oh, that
I-
dumpster fire. And this is supposed to be their 100-year anniversary
And
celebration
this is the
movie.
newest, only animated film we're seeing of them in a while. They don't have any other animated films that we've seen. This is it. And this
Yucky.
is it?
When
Yucky.
was the last Disney movie that was made? The last Disney animated
movie.
studio film.
Strange
What was-
World.
Strange World.
And that also
Bust.
bombed.
Which was
Before
a
that
bomb.
was Frozen 2.
Encanto.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
Encanto.
yeah. Encanto.
Encanto,
When
Encanto,
was,
which was okay
It was
box
good.
office wise. It was more beloved, like
Yes.
on streaming
Because
than
of music.
anything. Yeah.
And then before that, was it
Was
Frozen?
Raya, I think.
Oh, ooh, and that didn't do
Ooh,
well.
and that was a bomb.
That now
too.
you're getting into COVID territory, so
But I'm just, we keep coming back to now. It's like there's the formula, and we're not gonna f with the formula at all. We're gonna. It's a heroine, and
a talking
she's got
animal.
She's got her song, that she's gonna sing because it's her feelings, which is fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but now it's got to be like this big. There's no way to do it that's new, you know. It's just the same as Belle or Ariel or anybody else.
I think it
You
was
know,
more
Tiana,
hinted at.
Moana.
I think it was. I think what really restarted the trend, I should say, was Rapunzel of being clumsy, and then and having the formula reset itself. It was definitely Rapunzel.
Yeah, because then Anna
But-
was clumsy. Moana was clumsy. Less clumsy than the other ones, but still clumsy.
Mirabelle was clumsy.
Was clumsy.
And then it's just about, just find the confidence to speak up or be yourself, and then
I know this is Pixar, but you have the Onward characters clumsy. You have oh dang it, I just had it and then I lost it.
Joe was clumsy too.
Joe was clumsy.
In Soul, he was clumsy.
Mm-hmm.
But is that
Joy
supposed to
was
make you
clumsy.
She wasn't
endearing?
clumsy.
She was a little clumsy.
No, she wasn't.
Is that supposed to be endearing? Is that like
It's like quirky, you know?
your
Like, oh,
character's
you quirky,
clumsy?
you quirky people out there. Well, you're like me because, you know, everybody's a little bit quirky and a little bit clumsy. So now it's relatable.
Oh yeah, you just haven't come into come into your shell. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
And then what was the other
Oh, you're
Pixar
a
movie that I was just thinking
you're a
of?
late bloomer. You know?
Yeah.
Can I please-
I was thinking of it. Turning Red. What's her face? May May. May May was clumsy.
Can I
Yeah, but
please-
May May talked a lot of crap though.
Yeah.
She thought she was hot.
Well,
you know.
if she also turned into a gigantic animal.
Okay, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because the other day I did a very clumsy thing myself. I called Ileana.
I forgot what you did.
I had in our little fridge in the garage where we keep our canned water, and I wanted a certain flavor, but long story short, I grabbed a new 12-pack of canned water from the top of our tall freezer, but I didn't get it right, and it was like those infomercials where like the white people just can't do anything right, the basic things they just can't do it right.
Are you tired of having to reach up high for the things that you love, and it's black and white?
And I literally made those sounds like, and I dropped all the 12 cans, and they exploded everywhere. There was water everywhere. I'm like, I can't do anything right.
You need refrigerator. Store all of your canned beverages in this cold little box. Refrigerator. Get yours now for $79.99.
More like you need a tall man to do what you can't do because you're a white woman and can't do nothing.
And you're short as heck.
That's right.
So, I guess it's the relatability that these characters are. They're not weak, but they're clumsy,
But so what? That's the, uniting factor with everybody.
I guess so, but...
we all feel clumsy at some point, and we're just like...
And you just need confidence.
If only I wasn't clumsy.
And then this villain, or bad guy, or antagonist, whatever you want to call him... What? I'm so bored. I'm sorry. Am I supposed to just, go along with everything? Am I supposed to think this is great?
Am I supposed to feel like I'm gonna get swept off my feet?
Yeah,
to an adventure or something?
I need another Jafar, okay? Give me Jafar. Give me even
God.
as...
Literally, as we were watching this, I was like, God, I need Aladdin so bad. I need Robin Williams to come in here and just surprise and blow everybody away.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, no. Wah, wah, wah.
When did Toad come in?
Yeah. So, I just don't know.
I mean,
am I not the demographic anymore are we too old? Is that it?
I think Katie, she made it sound a lot worse than it was, though.
Oh.
I think so, too. She called me, she was like,
oh, no.
Have you seen it? It was awful.
Again, it's Toad. No. It is, because if you think about it, this is what they've been working on for years. And if you look at what lesser teams have done.
Right.
Lesser teams have made The Lion King.
Well, I'm even
Stop
thinking
scratching yourself.
Sorry, you can hear that thing. Here's the thing. Here's what I keep thinking. I never saw the trailer for Klaus, but you guys showed me Klaus, and that movie was instantly so charming.
Yes.
Instantly. And I feel like it almost has the same sort of style.
Has a clumsy character?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. He was just lazy. He was just lazy.
Yeah, he was just lazy.
But it's almost the same style of animation. It's like it's somewhat hand drawn. That kind of.
It's a mixture.
Style.
It's a 3D asset with a cell shading on it.
Yeah. So, but Klaus was instantly charming and fun and surprising.
Yes.
And I feel like there's gonna be very little surprises in this film. It's kind of what we've seen and heard before,
Yeah. Well, it had so much character in it because of the facial expressions that the characters made. The characters felt, even though they're so heavily animated, yes, they still felt very realistic in that, I feel like that all the time. Like, that's me. Whereas these characters feel very programmed, if you know what I mean. Like, it's very specific what they're trying to do. Like, oh, the girl with the glasses is supposed to be the smart one, and she's supposed to get you thinking about what are you doing. It's very cut in a specific way that this is a program. Whereas the characters in, Klaus, you have Klaus is a big, scary looking guy, but he still fits the mold of Santa Claus with the laugh and, you know, his joy for making toys for children. But he still has this, it still seems like a real person, but very heavily animated. I hope that makes sense.
Yes.
It just looks like a very uncomplicated movie.
Right.
It just looks very simple.
Right. And I hate to bash on the team that makes it, because I know these animators really do work hard, and, you know, these writers too, I guess, but it seems very uninspired, and that's where Disney has felt for a long time. It just feels uninspired. So, I don't know. There's no release date for it yet. There's not even a rating, so.
It's in,
It's at Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving? Okay, there's no rating for it yet, but Thanksgiving, that's just almost 2 months away. Pretty much 2 months away, so Bump That will be there at that time, and I hope that we can be proved wrong, but I'm skeptical to say I don't think I'll be surprised in any way.
I don't know. I'm disappointed right off the bat.
Yeah.
But hey, that just means that if it comes out and I see it, it can only go up from here.
Yeah. I think that's... I hope that's where it goes. It really needs it.
I've been wrong before. I've been wrong many times.
Really needs it, because I almost said Nintendo. Disney is losing their audience. And I asked the question earlier, is it just that I'm getting older and that these movies aren't great anymore? Is that it?
I don't think so. Because we have an eye for those kinds of films. We grow up with them, but we also know we can tell what is good versus what is quality versus not quality.
No, you do. You 100% can. You can, if you haven't seen The Little Mermaid in 10 years and you just happen to watch the animated version and put it on, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this is a work of art.
Right.
A lot of people put a lot of work into this. This is fresh. This is new. It's not a rip-off of anything anybody's ever done before. You're like, yeah, this is clean. This is clean work. If you look at that, you go Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Lion King. You go 3 movies like that. You're like, each one is completely different.
Hercules.
You know, there's maybe
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Oh, just each one. They may have a few similarities. They're all musicals to some point, but
that's what makes it a trademark Disney movie. And I think that's allowed to be done. You can have your trademark. It's got to have a musical number. That's fine.
But Little Mermaid is more romantic. Lion King is an epic. Hercules is a straight up comedy. Beauty and the Beast is like a gothic romance. A Broadway musical. It's a spectacle.
You've got Aladdin, where it's an action adventure.
Yeah,
romance
that's
at the same time. Comedy.
100%.
You've got everything.
So are they? This movie doesn't seem to have like a personality. It just seems just so broad.
It's like it's trying too hard. It's trying to make you laugh. I did it with my butt. Like, yeah, you did. Oh, it's mahogany. Why is that funny?
Is this supposed to be set in a specific world? Is it ripped off? Is this supposed to be like a country that we're supposed to be familiar with, like the people? Or...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm bored with it already, and I haven't even seen it.
Are the people supposed to have like some sort of culture? It look like there is
magic?
Spanish?
Oh yeah,
but They didn't look like they were Spanish. I don't know.
I mean, it's Chris Pine, the voice, and
Yeah, and it's
just
Chris Pine doing the voice.
Right,
Right. That was
so-
Chris Pine,
I
correct?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
sounded like him. So.
No hate to
yeah.
Chris. We love our Chris's on Bump That. So, but I don't know. What do you guys think down in the comments? I want to know. Are we just being too harsh, or is it just a Disney problem? Let us know, because I really want to know. But we got to move on. So there's Wish. Meanwhile, Pixar's Elio seems to have no news whatsoever. This dead horse already beaten to a pulp, but where are you, Pixar? Where are you?
Where are you?
¿Dónde
We could just
está?
leave it. We can even just leave it at that. Where are you, Pixar? Why aren't you coming?
Yeah. There's no news from Pixar, which is really, really weird. I guess they're still writing the Elemental train.
Which is
And
still
that's-
weird.
Yeah, and that's that. That's all I have to say. There really is no news or anything else to report on. That's literally just it.
When is Elio supposed to come out?
June, I think,
Of next year, yeah.
of next year.
Okay.
So they announced it pretty early, but then never did anything else about it, and I haven't seen any trailers about it again. Didn't see anything. So, you know,
I wonder if, like Super Bowl, they'll probably throw
maybe,
out some
yeah,
trailers.
probably.
Or when Wish comes out, they'll be like, coming June 2024, Elio, starring.
This little boy
Yes,
that you've never heard of.
Chris Evans as Elio.
Oh my gosh, another Chris. So that's that. That's the news segment. Now, this is the part that I'm excited for. Okay, we're in the chunk zone.
So chunky.
Katie, you did this chunk for us, and I am
I
very
love
excited.
chunky.
You like chunky?
Ice
So
cream.
chunky.
Chunky.
I like chunky cookies.
I
My
don't.
gosh.
I actually don't like chunky cookies.
Really?
No.
With
I
little
don't.
chunks of fudge?
No.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Just
Okay, so I thought we could have a little bit of fun. We could play a game today. This is called Animation Hunger Games Pixar versus DreamWorks. There are 3 rounds to this, and within each round there are a few matchups. So, for example, for our first matchup, it's charming. It's like a charm round. Who is the funniest? Either Mike Wazowski versus Donkey. But how it'll work is Brian or Ileana. In fact, we'll say Brian just because he's the firstborn. That's how
Darn
it
it.
works. Brian, you're gonna call heads or tails. I'm gonna flip a coin, and you will choose to go first or second. And how it'll work is in the first round we're gonna narrow down our competitors. In the second round, those competitors still standing are going to compete against each other. Last round 3 is a free for all. You guys are going to pick the 3 players that you want to pick,
Yeah.
and then we're just going to see who wins.
Okay. I think doing it will explain it better.
Yeah. All right.
Alright.
So Brian, heads or tails?
Well, we'll go with heads.
Heads.
Tails.
Flipping. It is tails. Tails wins.
Woo!
So, Ileana, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second.
All right. So, Brian, who do you think is funnier, Mike Wazowski or Donkey?
Mike Wazowski.
All right. So
100%.
Donkey is out of the game. So we have Mike Wazowski.
Okay.
Ileana, who do you think is sexier, Lightning McQueen or Barry Benson?
Lightning
Who's Barry Benson?
The B movie.
The
Oh,
B from the
okay.
B movie. So,
He almost got it on with Renee Zellweger in that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. I'm gonna
So-
say Lightning McQueen, Ka-chow.
Lightning.
I thought it was Kachuga.
No.
No, that's the other guy.
That's
Oh.
the green
Oh no, my
card.
pen is dying.
Kachuga,
okay.
Kachuga.
Lightning.
Right.
Why are all my pets
We got
dying?
our good
There,
OLS
there.
and Ka-chow.
Lightning McQueen. All right. So that was the charm phase. Now we have fighters that are going to fight with their cunning. So, Ileana, who is the better fighter, Mr. Incredible or Puss in Boots?
I am Puss in Boots.
Puss
Going that
in Boots. Brian, who is more intelligent, Alberto Scorfano or Melman the giraffe?
Oh my gosh.
They're both a little misguided with their information.
Alberto, is
more
that
intelligent?
the kid from
Luca.
Yeah,
Luca? Which kid was that?
the tall one, the one that Luca met.
Oh, okay. Which one
He
was
wasn't
more
afraid of anything.
intelligent?
Yeah, they're like I said, they're both a little misguided in their.
I'll
information.
go with the giraffe, I guess. Yeah.
Melman. All right, so Alberto is out. All right, next one, we're fighting with our skill. Who is the better scientist, Ileana? Flick or Wallace?
Ratbirds.
Oh my gosh.
Flick. Oh wait, no. Oh, I'm thinking Flint. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, Wallace.
No, Ileana just said ratbirds, and I was like, is she making a joke? Like,
No, I was thinking.
You were thinking Cloudy with a Chance of
Yes,
Meatballs.
I was thinking Flint
Yeah.
Lockwood. I was like, duh, scientist. Okay, no, I
I was thinking Wallace never made ratbirds.
Dang it. I'm sorry. Flick. Okay. A telescope.
Yeah.
Hello, princess. Why are you looking beautiful today?
He also made that thing that catches the seeds.
Yeah.
He made a few. He built the bird.
The bird. The bird will work.
Wallace built a few things. So who do you think is the better scientist?
Flick.
A Flick. Okay, you are going with Flick.
Yeah.
All right. So Wallace is out. He lost to an ant. Brian, who is the better musician, Joe Gardner from Soul, or all of the trolls put together?
Oh,
Dude, this is
my
so easy.
gosh.
This is so easy. It's Joe Gardner, for goodness sakes, man.
There we go.
Not
The trolls, all they did was play cover songs. Joe Gardner actually made original music, for goodness
Do
sakes.
the DANCE.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, fight. Stick to the BEAT. Get ready to
A
ignite.
bunch of posers.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna be rock stars, and then it's like pop rock. It's
Yeah.
like, give me a break. All right, this is for tact or lack thereof. Most likely to ruin an elegant supper, Ileana. Mater or Shrek?
Wow, what a pin up together. Where do I want to pick the one that is most likely, or
Yeah, most likely to ruin an elegant supper.
This is such an easy question. You know who's good it is
It's-
gonna be.
it's gonna be Mater.
Yes.
Yeah, Mater.
Obviously.
So Shrek is out.
He's
He
gonna eat
lost
the
to Mater.
wasabi and think it's like pistachio ice cream.
All right, and Brian, who had the best prison break? The cast of Toy Story 3 or all of Chicken Run?
All of chicken.
All of Chicken Run.
This is actually tough because you can go either way on
Yeah,
this
they're
one.
pretty similar.
Toy Story 3 was almost like The Great Escape, where Stalag 59 was
No,
57,
Chicken
what was it
Run.
called?
Chicken Run is literally based off of like Stalag 17 and
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
The Great
number. I
Escape.
think it was like
Yeah.
57.
Chicken Run. Listen, Chicken Run is life or death. Okay.
Yeah.
The toys were
Toy
still
Story
gonna make
3?
it.
No, they weren't. They could have been
weren't.
tore up by
yeah,
the
but that
by
was
the preschool.
slavery. That was slavery.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm honestly though, in terms of the chickens, they tried so many times to escape and they failed, so I'm gonna hold that against them. And the characters in Toy Story 3, they all have different unique abilities that can aid them, so I'm gonna go with Toy Story 3.
Mr. Potato
I
Head turned himself into a
guess.
tortilla.
Yeah.
That was the greatest. I laughed so hard.
I
when
about
saw
peed
that.
myself.
I literally about peed myself.
That was peak Pixar.
So good.
Yeah.
The way it
Peak.
flopped when it came up and then like folded up.
They
I'm like, those
That was
They were-
animators.
they were on
spent the-
another level.
They spent the whole
and-
budget on animating that tortilla.
A tortilla.
I don't know.
They sat there with a bunch of tortillas.
They sure
kinda-
did.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna swear, I don't know what the hell they've been doing the past 10 years since they did that.
Thank
what?
you.
Come on, guys.
For real. What the fudge are they up to? Okay?
Oh my gosh. All right. Psychological warfare. But, maybe in a good way. Who is more helpful, Ileana? Bing Bong or the penguins of Madagascar? Helpful.
No, 6 to 9 months. We're gonna go the penguins.
The penguins.
Yeah, pengies.
Penguins.
Who's your friend that likes
And-
to play bing bong, bing bong?
Hey, man. I still cry when he dies, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Take her to the moon for me. You're like, stop! You didn't
No.
have to say that.
No. Brian, who's friendlier? Woody or Poe the panda?
You better pick the right one.
Yeah, it's Poe.
Yes.
Poe is the
Yes, it
correct
is
answer.
Poe.
Literally, Woody is so unfriendly when he meets Buzz.
He's awful.
He's so mean.
You
The
know
words
what?
to describe
Technically,
you,
he's not.
I can't
he's not.
say. Yes, he is.
No.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes,
look,
he is.
look. He's just a little like. Wait a minute. This bed here. This is my spot. Just so we know, everybody's on the same page. Have you people discovered still using
Fossil fuels?
fossil fuels, or have you just discovered crystallic fusion? Well, I mean, we have double
We got
A's.
double A's.
Strange
So he was just like,
things
hey.
are happening.
Light snack. You stay away from Andy. He's mine. And no one is getting in between us, okay?
Oh my gosh.
What are you
He butchered
talking
that.
about?
He
Where's
literally
that
kicked him
bondage
off.
strip?
Where's that bonding strip?
He literally kicked him off of everything. He threw him out the window.
if you go back, he was so. All right then, Mr. Lightbeer, prove it.
Because look, because he was pushing his buttons. He really was.
Yeah.
You know.
He wasn't
Buzz
doing it
didn't know any better.
intentionally.
Yeah, Buzz didn't know any better.
Yeah.
He was literally thinking, Star Command, why don't
And
you
and
answer?"
everybody else was being so nice to him. Literally, everybody was like, "Whoa, you're so amazing! You are a cool toy." And Woody was like,
What,
Yeah, but then they were treating Woody like
"Hmm."
he sounds like a car ran over it.
what does Slinky say? Gotta be loud. I don't know what he said.
"Golly, Bob, howdy."
Oh, shut up.
All right.
Shut up.
Golly, so mean. All right, and then miscellaneous here. For Ileana, who would win in a medieval fight? Merida or Hiccup?
Merida. Nobody touches my mother. I don't know how that accent is,
Merida.
but yes.
That was interesting.
I'm sorry. I tried.
And Brian, who is more
It's more
sneaky?
mother, or I don't know. Sorry.
Bump that out of context. Mother.
Mother.
Brian, who is more sneaky, Remy or Mr. Wolf from The Bad Guys?
Yeah, I've only seen like a couple bits and pieces of that.
Oh, I love
I
The
haven't
Bad
seen it
Guys.
either.
It's so good.
You know what? Now I think about it, dang, Mr. Wolf was a really cool character. But I'm gonna go with Mr. Wolf because literally he was a criminal, right?
Yeah.
So I'll go with him.
All
Remy-
right. So
Remy he didn't have a choice; he had to be, you know.
yes. All right. So here that
Yes.
was the end of round number 1. Round
Okay.
number 2 is we pit these fighters against each other. So,
Were you keeping track, Katie, of all
Yes.
the characters that we chose?
yes.
Okay.
So, for our first matchup, we have Mike Wazowski versus Lightning McQueen, and they're both using machine guns. Who
What?
just asking, who would win that battle? Mike Wazowski or Lightning McQueen with a
Lightning.
machine
I'm
gun?
gonna say Lightning McQueen because Mike Wazowski is so small. He'll like
But-
go to shoot it and he'll fly backwards. Wow!
But Lightning McQueen doesn't have hands.
Everything's
They
automated.
can still be attached to him. They can be
Yeah.
attached to him. They can be attached to him. All right, so
Sick.
Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen
What have
wins
you
that
done
round.
to me? Why do I have guns on me? Ah.
Wait, are they
Next.
shooting at each other?
Yeah, they're in a
Like
battle.
Mike's car. Yeah, but if you saw the Pixar
My
short,
baby!
Mike's car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously he can't figure out how to run a vehicle. So yeah, it's.
It was Sully who couldn't drive it. Who
Oh, he was
pushing all
sitting in the
buttons.
passenger seat. He was sitting in the he couldn't figure out the seat.
Put that thing back there where it came from. So help me. So help me.
Oh hey!
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
We killed
Oh
Brian.
my- yeah,
We killed Brian. And now you're killing me. Alright, our next matchup is Puss in Boots versus Melman. And they are both armored with lightsabers. They are armed with lightsabers. Who would win?
Help us, Melman! Save us, Melman! No, definitely.
Listen, you donkey with the tall neck, I will end you.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be
Yeah,
Puss in Boots.
it's Puss in Boots. Alright.
It just slice across the neck, and you just have like a long giraffe neck on the ground. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. Who would
Yeah.
win? Who would win in a chess match? This is between Flick, the Ant, and Joe Gardner.
Ooh.
Dang.
So we have.
Well, the pieces are bigger than Flick, so it's gonna be hard for him to push them on the board.
He can still do it. Remember, he's got.
He is an ant. Ants are strong. you know.
And he
Yeah.
is he can create something to help move the pieces.
Exactly.
Or if the pieces fall in his way, is he gonna be like, I'm lost. We'll be stuck here forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go Joe Gardner.
I'm still gonna go Joe Gardner.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Joe. Sorry, Flick. One of the pieces fell on, squished him.
Ah!
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so.
Hopper's gonna squish my mom.
Oh no! What is we going to do?
Snail.
I can't stand either one of you.
Hey, what are you
All
talking
right.
about? You built it yourself. Forget everything I ever told you, okay, Dot?
It's a rock. I know it's a rock. Don't you think I know a rock when I see a rock? I spend a lot of time around rocks. You're weird, but I like
But
you.
I like you. One day we're just gonna do like a reenactment of that whole movie. We're just gonna assign parts and we're just gonna do it. That'll be bump that. That'll be the whole episode.
Golly.
The next matchup to the death is between Mater and the entire cast of Toy Story 3, and it is a knife fight.
What the heck?
Who would win in a knife fight? Either Mater or the entire cast of Toy Story 3.
You know Jesse will cut some folk up. You know.
But it's literally as they are. So you have toys versus a car.
They're gonna slash his tires, all right?
Yeah, it's done.
And he's done.
He's dead.
Motor oil is leaking, and is that like blood? So like he's
They're
he's
gonna
toast.
they're gonna get into the engine, start just cutting wires.
They literally drove like a plane. Okay? No, they didn't drive the plane. They drove the cart that drives the baggage to the plane. They
Yeah.
drove that home to Andy's neighborhood, and all the neighbors were outside like, what the heck? How'd this get here?
They drove the Pizza Planet truck.
Exactly. Mater is toast, okay? Mater was somehow conspicuously in a head-on collision with another vehicle and
Oh
died.
no! Oh no! Oh
And the
no!
toys were like, oh, how'd that happen? Oh my gosh, wow. I'm literally so shocked right now.
So you're saying it's Toy Story 3?
Easily.
Easily.
Toy
100%.
Story
Mater
3, the
died.
entire cast of Toy Story 3. All right.
Woody's like, I did you all a favor.
That annoying son of a gun is dead. And then, what's his name? Larry the Cable Guy is just left sad not being able to voice him anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, next up, who would win at Yo Mama jokes? Who would spit them so bad? Bad being good. Who would be so visceral towards their opponent that their opponent just bursts into flames and dies?
Okay.
Would it be the penguins of Madagascar? Or would it be Poe the panda?
Oh, the penguins.
The penguins.
The penguins are ripping
Yes.
him to shreds.
I'm sorry, Poe does not.
They'd be
stand a
like,
chance.
you don't even have a mom, Poe. Oh!
Yeah, and then they're doing like little penguin high
Yeah.
fives with each other. Yeah.
Nice.
And then
And-
what's his face?
Poe, your mom left you, so she wouldn't have to feed you. Okay?
Ooh! And then Private gets smacked in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Skipper.
Yeah, exactly.
My gosh. All right, and then
Kaboom.
Oh, is that
that's right, Rico. Kaboom. Oh my god. All right, and then the last matchup
Kowalski.
between between Merida and Mr. Wolf. Who would win in a game of Wii Sports tennis?
Mr. Wolf. But Merida is on the British Isles.
Yeah.
And the British are really good at tennis.
Tennis. And she's
But
really
I'm-
good at archery.
But I'm gonna go with
I'm gonna go with
I'm gonna go with
Merida.
the Wolf. I'm gonna go with Mr. Wolf. The guy is
Ooh.
he's pretty posh.
We're divided.
You know. He's pretty
Ooh,
posh.
let's flip a
Yeah.
coin. So Ileana, Ileana won the coin toss last time, so you get to call it. So heads or tails, for your person.
Tails for Merida.
Tails for Merida. It is heads. Mr. Wolf wins.
No.
As it should
Mr.
be.
Wolf. All right, so here is your finalists. Here is who is surviving this Hunger Games as of right now,
Okay.
but not for long.
The cannons are going off for all the
Yes,
good ones.
exactly.
Mater, his little picture with his buck teeth, and then the cannons. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
All
my
right,
gosh,
so
Poe the panda died, and then the cannon. No.
oh my goodness. All right, so to represent the dice, number 1 is Lightning McQueen. Number 2 is Puss in Boots. Number 3 is Joe Gardner. Number 4 is the entire cast of Toy Story. Number 5 is the Penguins of Madagascar.
What?
Nobody gets out of here alive.
And number 6 is Mr. Wolf. All right. So to be fair,
Honestly, you know
Brian.
who would be the first person to die in this
well, hold on.
scenario.
So
Joe Gardner.
Brian,
100%.
Brian, who is the first person on your team? You each get 3 people on your team. Who is the first person on your team?
Oh, I'm calling Puss in Boots.
Okay, good.
Puss in Boots. Ileana, who's the next person on
I'm
your
picking
team?
that cast of Toy Story.
Dang it! I was hoping they'd come back to me. Shoot.
They're crazy, man. They're so crazy.
They are. They can do anything.
They're insane.
Oh my God, Brian, who's your next pick? My
I'll,
freaking
t-
I'll,
I'll, I'll take Lightning McQueen. He's got to get away from those Toy
Getaway
Story
car.
freaks.
I'm gonna pee.
My freaking ribs! Alright, Ileana, who's on your team next?
I'm
You have
taking-
Joe.
I'm taking
Yeah.
the other psychopaths, those penguins of
Buzz
Madagascar.
Lightyear's like, my laser, I charged it this morning, it should be working. You idiot, you're a toy! Use your karate chop action!
Has anybody seen my eye?
My freaking ribs!
Oh my gosh, I can't.
I brought my dinosaur! Who beats?
Who eats force field dogs? All right, Brian. Brian,
did you get that I chose the penguins of Madagascar?
Yes.
Okay.
Dang
All
it,
right,
that
so-
one is them. Dang.
Yes.
got
So, Brian, your last choice is between Joe Gardner and Mr. Wolf.
Oh, Mr. Wolf.
So I get
All right,
Joe.
so you get
Joe Gardner's
Joe.
this fat old dude.
Hey, don't say that.
He's gonna
Okay.
break his leg in a manhole.
Oh my gosh. All right, so, oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna roll the dice. Here it is, and I'll show it to you, so that you know I'm not. It's a digital dice.
Okay.
Is this what?
D&D
What's that
is
game?
like?
Yeah, D&D is.
In a manner of speaking, not really, but
So we're playing
kind of.
satanic games. Is
oh
what
my
we're
gosh,
doing now.
no. All right, so once again, Brian.
I thought you were doing Little Mermaid there. That's what you were humming, bro.
No, I was more doing like the Lion King after Mufasa dies. They're like in the elephant graveyard or whatever. Da, 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 da.
All right, that's horrible.
All right,
Move on.
so
Oh my god.
I also have a cause of death generator.
Oh my lord. Okay.
All right, so here we go.
My
To
torso
recap. Lightning McQueen is 1. Brian has that. Puss in Boots is number 2. Brian has that. Joe Gardner is number 3, which is on Ileana's team. The entire cast of Toy Story 3 is number 4, who's on Ileana's team. The Penguins of Madagascar is number 5, which is on
Wait a minute.
Ileana's team.
I
Yeah?
need some clarification.
Yes.
So you said the entire cast of Toy Story 3. Does that include like
Like-
Lotso Huggin' Bear
No.
too?
Just
like the main guys, the main
yeah,
guys.
Just-
Andy's toys.
Andy's toys. Okay. Just want to make sure.
Heck, I still get both.
Yes.
Peep. Heck yeah.
All right. So, and then lastly, number 6 is Mr. Wolf, which belongs to Brian. All right.
Heck
So I'm
yeah,
gonna
it
roll the
does.
dice. Number 3 is dead. Joe is dead.
Joe was the first to die.
I told
And
you
he
Joe would
died.
die.
He died of internal bleeding.
Oh
He
man.
would. He landed on his legs in the thing. He died.
So
Help
Joe's
me,
out.
help me, please.
Oh my,
my
gosh.
gosh.
I'm bleeding inside.
All right. Here we. Oh my gosh. Is that Donkey Kong?
No.
My gosh. All right, next roll. Number 6, Mr. Wolf is dead.
Oh
Oh,
no.
man.
Mr. Wolf. And he died of... Let's see. Spin. He died of suffocation.
Oh my
Dang.
He
gosh.
died of suffocation.
Jeez Louise.
Not sure how.
Puss in Boots had his
It
little
was-
paw hands on his neck.
Puss in Boots
think-
is on my
he think-
team.
Oh yeah. No, I'm sorry.
No, it was the penguins.
It was the penguins of Madagascar. They put a bag over his head.
Oh my gosh. Just like they took out the guy that
Neck
was in
chop.
charge of the boat. Yeah, all right, rolling again. Number 3 again. They really want Joe dead. Number 6, Mr. Wolf is dead again. Number 1, Lightning McQueen is dead.
What the heck?
Lightning McQueen is
only have
out.
one How did he die?
Spin. Died of a broken heart.
What?
We killed Sally.
So you just drove
ran
off a cliff?
off with Mater. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Just, all right, I just rolled. It's a number 5, which means the penguins
My
dead.
penguins are
The
dead.
penguins are dead.
Yeah.
We
How did they die?
both have one left.
Yeah, it's true. So spin it. How did they die? How did they die? Getting mauled by a shark. They died
Yep.
by getting mauled.
Can't
by
swim
a
that
shark.
fast in the ocean, bro.
Chomp, chomp.
All right, so just so you guys know, who's left is
gosh.
Puss in Boots. That's the last one for Brian's
It's the
team. is Puss
toys
in
from
Boots.
Toy Story.
Toys from Toy Story 3.
Oh my gosh. That's the
All right.
top 2 murderers.
Right here. Right.
Please say that mine died from incineration.
Woody's like, reach for the sky.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
All
my
right, here we
gosh.
go. Number 6 again. Number
Snake
1
in my
again.
boot.
I can't.
Toy Story 3 died. The
You got
winner
number
is
four?
Puss in Boots. I rolled a number
yeah.
4.
Aw, man.
How did they all die? How did they all
Incineration.
die?
Incineration.
Eaten by bears. I can't say that. I
Say it.
can't say.
Say it. I'll bleep it if I have to. Gosh darn it, say it.
The entire cast of Toy Story 3 died because they couldn't take a shit.
They literally
They
can't.
literally
They
can't.
don't eat.
Wow.
Buzz, this whole time we've known each other, I've never had to use the restroom. It's getting worse.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, so
Mr.
the
Potato
winner.
Head. Mr. Potato Head is pooping here. I can't.
They explode.
Oh my gosh, so the winner of this year's Hunger Games is Puss in Boots.
Wow.
But if he were to die, let's see how he would die. If he were to die,
Okay.
he would die by
No, not Puss.
death by a crocodile repeatedly ripping you apart.
Oh my gosh. Repeatedly.
Repeatedly
Dang.
ripping you
Wow.
apart.
Well,
So,
he lived. Gosh
now
darn it.
we know.
My whole cast of Toy Story. I would have rather Puss in Boots not be able to take a and then, that would have been better. But
Ugh,
Man.
poop balls.
yeah, Brian, you win. Yay.
Yay.
Nice. That was a good game. Good game.
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun.
We'll have to play again
I
sometime.
like that one. Goodness gracious. My stomach hurts from laughing.
My
Oh.
freaking ribs.
That was so good.
Oh my lord.
Well, anyways, that, unfortunately, will conclude this week's episode of Bump That. Let us know down in the comments below, shouldn't the toys from Toy Story have won? Okay, they should have, most definitely. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode. Are you glad that the writer's strike is finally over? Do you think Poe was actually friendliest and should have lived? I don't know. We got to hear it from you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to the episode. We've got Brian in this corner.
That was good. Nice job, Katie.
Yeah, I
That was
liked that
great.
Thank
game.
you.
That was a good game.
Thank you.
We've got KT in this corner. Oh, at least we can go, you know. Not dying on
Wait.
the toilet. You're so dumb. Brian, give us yours. Give us your fart.
We meant to fake one, Brian.
Okay. No, those
Oh,
have
man.
been live recorded before. Good times. And I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. Thank you guys so much for listening. I apologize for this episode and everything that has transpired. And we will see you guys in next week's episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.